The city awakens, its streets bustling with life and its rhythm pulling everyone toward unending motion. Buddha stands still at the edge of a park, watching the chaos without attachment or judgment. He looked at the Buddha, his eyes filled with uncertainty and despair. Master, our world suffers deeply. We see decay everywhere, Ananda said, his voice trembling like a leaf. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, listened quietly, his presence calm as the stillness of the morning air. Ananda, the pain you see outside is but a reflection of humanity's unrest within, the Buddha spoke gently. The city mirrors our inner storms, a ceaseless rush that blinds us to the silence waiting within. He turns and begins walking, each step purposeful, connecting deeply with the earth beneath him. Walk as if the world stops with every step, Buddha says, his tone both instructive and contemplative. Let your feet tell the earth a story, and listen to its response with care and humility. Ananda sat silently, absorbing the words as if they were raindrops falling into a thirsty well. The disciples closed their eyes, their breathing steady, their spirits seeking the balm of wisdom. Feel the wind, he whispers. It carries lessons in freedom, a dance unburdened by attachment or urgency. The group stands still, their breaths aligning with the subtle rhythm of the swaying branches. Buddha points to the ground, where an ant navigates its path amid scattered grains of sand. Even this ant walks with mindfulness, unhurried, yet determined. Learn from its simplicity and patience. His voice guides them deeper into the quieter corners of the park, away from the urban clamor. As you walk, let each step affirm your existence, and let existence affirm your place in the cosmos. A disciple stumbles, distracted by the distant honking of a car, and Buddha turns toward him. Distractions are the whispers of a restless mind. Anchor yourself in the present, and they will lose their power. The city sounds fade further into the background. As the group immerses itself in the practice of mindful walking, Buddha stops again, gazing at a flower blooming between cracks in the pavement. Delicate yet resilient, this flower is like us, finding growth in the hardest places, reaching toward light despite its surroundings. His disciples kneel, observing the flower, its vibrant colors a vivid contrast to the dull concrete. Be mindful of the resources you consume. Simplicity brings peace, excess invites suffering. Buddha gestures toward the sky, clear and expansive, a canvas for thought and tranquility. Your steps echo into the vastness above. They are a conversation with the universe that hears and feels you. The disciples pause, reflecting, absorbing the magnitude of connection Buddha reveals in his words. Under a wide-arching bridge, the city looms again, its pulse a reminder of life's duality. Do not resent the noise, Buddha says, his voice filled with acceptance. Noise exists to teach us the value of quiet. One disciple closes his eyes, letting the sounds wash over him like waves. Seeking balance rather than opposition, Buddha watches him and smiles. Harmony arises not from escape, but from embracing all things, both loud and silent. The disciples pondered this insight, their thoughts converging like streams flowing toward the ocean. The Buddha observed their faces, each one carrying its own struggle with understanding. Even the slightest action creates ripples. Your walk shapes the world in ways unseen, yet profoundly felt. The disciples gaze at the ripples, finding in them the truth of interconnectedness Buddha teaches. A bird lands nearby, its song piercing yet serene, blending seamlessly with the environment's gentle hum. This bird sings not for itself but for the world, a gift without expectation or demand, Buddha explains. He begins walking again, his pace unchanged, a steady rhythm between motion and stillness. Each step holds within it the wisdom of countless generations, each footprint a testament to life's continuity. The disciples' movements grow quieter, their bodies blending into the natural rhythm of the earth. Buddha stops abruptly and turns to face them, his expression calm but purposeful. "Pause here," he says. "Listen not just to the world but to your own heartbeat, your own breath." The disciples close their eyes, standing still, their awareness deepening with every passing moment. Buddha speaks softly, his voice carrying both gentleness and resolve. Stillness reveals truths hidden in motion. He walks alone for a while, giving his disciples space to absorb his teachings without distraction. Underneath a willow tree, its long branches swaying in the breeze, Buddha waits for the group to rejoin him. They come quietly, their movements lighter, their faces carrying an air of newfound serenity. A disciple asked, "And what of those whose hearts remain closed, their eyes blind to nature's suffering?" The Buddha looked at the disciple, his gaze steady and warm like a gentle flame. "Let your compassion remain undeterred. Even the hardest stone can be shaped by the softest drop of water." A disciple asks, his voice tinged with curiosity, "Master, how does one walk without forgetting the path?" Buddha answers, his gaze steady and kind, "The path is always beneath you, even if your eyes stray from it." The group listens intently, absorbing each word as if it were a seed planting wisdom within their hearts. "Life is the path," Buddha continues. "It stretches infinitely, and every step reaffirms your presence upon it." The disciples bow their heads, a gesture of gratitude, their spirits uplifted by his teachings. Buddha rises, his movements fluid, as he gestures for them to stand and resume their journey. The city looms again, but the disciples walk without haste, their steps imbued with quiet purpose. The Buddha gazed once more at the forest, his eyes reflecting its ancient beauty and its enduring struggle for balance. His voice resonated, wrapping around each disciple like the gentle embrace of wind meeting skin. They walk on, their hearts carrying the silence they had found, blending motion with stillness, harmony with chaos. Another day begins, the city waking from its slumber, as its streets fill with motion and voices rise in chorus. The disciples departed, each step echoing the lessons etched into their souls by the Master's timeless words. Ananda followed, his heart illuminated, sensing the interconnected threads binding the forest's sorrow to humanity's awakening. Buddha smiles and speaks softly. The city is an endless labyrinth. Within each twist lies a choice waiting to be made. Among the travelers was Ananda, whose thoughts weighed heavily, as dry as the land beneath his feet. "Master," Ananda began, his voice parched yet earnest, "this land seems barren, lifeless." The disciples pause, uncertainty crossing their expressions, as each tries to discern which path holds truth, meaning, or safety. Buddha steps forward, his gaze steady, and points to each trail, his voice calm yet piercing. "Choose not with haste," he continues, his tone holding wisdom. "Choices made mindfully create harmony." The hurried mind stumbles into regret, blinded by impulse. A disciple takes a hesitant step forward, glancing back at Buddha for reassurance as questions cloud his hesitant thoughts. Buddha places a hand on his shoulder, his touch light yet grounding. Fear obscures truth. Walk, and the truth reveals itself. The disciple nods and steps onto a trail, his movements uncertain yet brave. As Buddha watches with quiet approval, others follow different trails, each path carrying its own promise, challenges, and teachings. A journey both shared and solitary. Buddha walks alone, his footsteps deliberate, his gaze neither wandering nor fixed, as he embraces the path fully. What truly sustains life? The merchant bowed his head, struggling to answer, his mind tangled between the value of his wares and the starkness of survival. The Buddha turned to his disciples, his eyes unwavering as he addressed their collective conscience. "This land teaches us to cherish what is often overlooked. The drop of water, The patch of shade, he said. Ananda asked, Master, if the desert holds such wisdom, why does it feel so inhospitable and indifferent to life? The Buddha smiled faintly, his expression imbued with both sorrow and understanding. As he sat upon the warm sand, every choice casts a shadow, Buddha continues. But shadows are born of light. Choices illuminate paths, not hinder them. The disciples listen, their faces reflecting the quiet understanding slowly settling into their hearts. Like sunlight upon the earth, Buddha leads them forward, each step mindful, as the city seems to open itself to their presence in subtle ways. The trail splits again, its divisions obscured by rows of trees, cars parked in lines, and pedestrian crossings converging. Even here, Buddha says, the mind hesitates between paths. Do not be trapped by indecision. For all paths teach, a disciple asks, his voice filled with hesitation, Master, how do we walk without certainty, without knowing where the path leads? Buddha answers, his voice serene yet resolute, the mindful step does not seek certainty. It seeks depth, meaning, and growth. The group disperses among trails again, each walking mindfully, their actions influenced by Buddha's wisdom and calm presence. Buddha walks alone, exploring paths hidden amidst alleyways and narrow streets. Watching life unfold in its myriad expressions, a small child waves at him from a doorway. Her smile unburdened, as Buddha smiles gently and bows his head. Children choose without hesitation, Buddha murmurs. Their innocence unveils truth. Their steps are guided by joy, not fear. Understand that the earth is neither cruel nor kind but mirrors the intentions of those who tread upon it. The Buddha continued, when greed blinds the mind, the land suffers. When wisdom guides, harmony prevails. I chose a path, the disciple says, but it feels wrong. Did I fail in my mindful practice? Master? Buddha places a hand on his shoulder, his touch grounding yet gentle. As he meets the disciple's gaze directly, there is no failure, Buddha explains, his voice carrying warmth. Even wrong turns lead to growth, but healing begins with understanding and responsibility. The merchant, humbled by the exchange, unfastened a small pouch of water from his waist and shared it among his weary caravan. Buddha gestures for the group to gather, their journeys reconnecting. As they meet again beneath an old, sprawling oak tree, they sit in silence, their breaths steady, as Buddha kneels before them, his posture exuding both humility and strength. The labyrinth is infinite, Buddha says, its lessons unending. In stillness, you find clarity that guides each mindful choice. A disciple asks, her voice tinged with curiosity, Master, if we walk endlessly, do we ever leave the labyrinth behind? Buddha smiles faintly, his gaze unwavering. The labyrinth is life. The Buddha knelt beside it, his fingers brushing lightly against its fragile beauty. This flower teaches us the same lesson as the desert, he said. Each intersection tests you, Buddha continues. Choices reveal your essence, shaping not just paths but the journey itself. Another disciple speaks, his tone thoughtful. Master, does the labyrinth bind us or liberate us? Are we trapped or free? Buddha answers gently, his words flowing like a calm river. The labyrinth exists not to bind, but to teach freedom through surrender. The group rises as Buddha gestures for them to stand, ready to resume their journey, their minds lighter yet more purposeful. Let this desert be your teacher, your guide, and your mirror, the Buddha concluded. Through its silence, it speaks truths that cannot be ignored. Your journey is your greatest teacher. The disciples bow silently, their hearts filled with gratitude, as they follow Buddha through yet another day's mindful walk. Another day dawns, the city embracing new motion, its streets filled with footsteps echoing urgency, each sound carrying untold stories. Buddha walks into the marketplace, where voices rise in layered symphony, the hum of life blending chaos with fleeting moments of calm. As night fell, the desert unveiled a tapestry of stars above, their light a reminder of interconnectedness transcending time and space. The disciples gazed upward, their hearts touched by awe and humility. Their bond with the earth and cosmos deepened. Chaos tests stillness, motion tests harmony, noise tests quiet. He steps into the crowd, his movements fluid yet deliberate, his gaze serene amidst the unending swirl of urban activity. Stillness is not the absence of movement, Buddha explains, but the perfect balance between action and awareness. Chaos and peace, a vendor calls out, his words urgent yet inviting, drawing people toward his stall, his energy rippling into the surrounding space. Ananda whispered softly, his words carried by the night breeze. Master, the desert is vast, but your teachings fill its emptiness with meaning. The Buddha smiled faintly, his eyes reflecting the starlight, his presence timeless as the cosmos themselves. He steps forward again, his strides measured, weaving through the crowd with an ease born of deep awareness and mindful presence. Each step is a choice, Buddha continues, a conversation with the world around you. Walk as if every moment matters. A disciple hesitates, distracted by the bright colors of a stall displaying fruit, his mind drawn by curiosity and fleeting desire. Buddha approaches him, his gaze kind yet piercing. Desire pulls, but mindfulness guides. Choose with awareness, and the choice becomes wisdom. The disciple nods, his posture steadying. As he steps forward, his focus shifting from distraction to purposeful action. Ananda, the ocean's mourning reflects humanity's ignorance, which has blinded hearts to the interconnectedness sustaining all life, he said. The disciples gathered closer, their hearts seeking solace from the Master's wisdom. As the waves continued their restless dance, stillness finds even the forgotten, Buddha murmurs, his voice soft. Their presence teaches the mindful heart the depth of interconnectedness. The beggar smiles faintly, his gratitude unspoken, as Buddha's presence offers a moment of reprieve amidst the city's indifferent rush. Each drop of water carries life's essence, fragile yet powerful, demanding respect and care from those it sustains, he said. Ananda asked, Master, how can we restore the ocean's health? Its suffering feels overwhelming, beyond our capacity to heal. The marketplace grows busier, its currents pulling people in different directions. Their movements hurried, their minds absorbed in fleeting pursuits. Buddha walks on, his pace unhurried, his footsteps firm yet gentle, carving a path of quiet amidst the bustling crowd. A young child runs past him, her laughter light and unburdened, her energy flowing like a stream untouched by doubt or hesitation. Buddha watches the child, a faint smile touching his face. Children embody freedom, their steps carry joy untethered by distraction or fear. Our families face hunger and hardship. The Buddha regarded the fisherman with compassion, his presence steady like the cliffs resisting the tide's erosive force. Fisherman, the ocean's suffering is not a punishment but a lesson, he said. It calls humanity to awaken, to reflect deeply on the consequences of their choices and actions. The Buddha continued. Light and motion coexist, Buddha says. Each casts shadows, yet both illuminate paths. Learn to embrace their duality without resistance. The disciples listen, their minds turning inward as his words resonate deeply, shaping their perception of the world surrounding them. A woman approaches Buddha, her face marked by worry, seeking comfort and answers as life's challenges cloud her weary thoughts. The Buddha smiled faintly, his expression imbued with both hope and sorrow. As he addressed the question, harmony lies in understanding the interconnectedness between all living beings and the earth's elements, the Buddha explained. The disciples sit near Buddha, forming a circle amidst the marketplace. Their breaths aligning, their awareness deepening within the chaos. Stillness in motion requires intention, Buddha says. Each action guided not by urgency but by harmony between thought, body, and soul. One disciple asks, his voice reflecting curiosity, Master, does motion weaken stillness? Can balance exist when the world moves so quickly? Buddha answers, his tone steady yet resonant. Balance arises not from opposition but integration. Motion and stillness together form life's essence. The fisherman lowered his head, absorbing the wisdom with a heart heavy yet ready to change. Master, is there hope for these waters to heal? He asked, his voice filled with cautious optimism. To walk mindfully is to honor both equally. The disciples rise, their movements deliberate, as Buddha gestures for them to continue their mindful journey through the city's heart. They walk through the crowd, each step an act of intention, their awareness deepening with each passing moment amidst the motion. Buddha pauses near a fountain, its water cascading endlessly, its rhythm calming yet dynamic, embodying the harmony he teaches. This fountain flows endlessly, Buddha says. Its motion carries stillness. Within its rhythm lies the truth of life's interconnected balance. Teach them to tread lightly upon this earth, to honor its fragility and strength, the Buddha said. Let wisdom guide them. Together, they create unending harmony. He begins walking again, his disciples following closely, their steps purposeful, blending awareness with the city's ever-changing currents. A musician plays nearby, his melody weaving through the noise, its notes piercing yet soothing. A gift offered without expectation. Music teaches stillness, Buddha says. Its rhythm creates harmony, not just in sound but within the heart of those who listen. Begin today. A disciple gestured toward the horizon, where distant boats ventured across the waves under the setting sun. Master, what should we tell those who depend on the ocean's bounty yet harm its balance in their pursuit? The disciple asked. The Buddha closed his eyes briefly, his presence imbued with both sorrow and understanding. Buddha gestures for the group to stop, his posture calm yet purposeful, his gaze sweeping the horizon as the sun begins to set. Stillness creates depth, Buddha says. Motion creates meaning. The group found respite near the rocky cliffs, their thoughts blending with the sounds of the waves and the cries of seagulls. Ananda approached the fisherman, offering words of encouragement inspired by the Buddha's teachings. Your respect for the ocean's gifts will inspire others to care for these waters, Ananda said. The fisherman nodded, his spirit lighter despite the burdens of his livelihood, ready to embody the change the ocean needed. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.